All right, man. Let's go. Let's dive deep into it. Let's just dive real deep into it. It's just about time that we just dive into it and we really get a little better understanding. We're not gonna get all of the story, but right now we're just getting half of the story. So Sony, is mad at Xbox due to this. Pretty much they're trying to buy Call of Duty and get this deal done with, Activision Blizzard deal done. And basically what they're saying is that they have nothing out there that can compete with Call of Duty. Now, I'm just saying, okay, for you to make these crazy accusations to just say that, okay, we have no great developers out there that can create another awesome type Call of Duty game or another Halo type game or another Gears of War, type shooter game out there. I'm sorry, but I cannot believe Sony said that. I'm not talking about PlayStation, the brand. They own PlayStation. I'm talking about the boss. I'm always talking about Sony themselves because they call the shots. So I have to look at the head person in charge, the one that cuts the checks, the one that can fire you and hire you. Them the one I'm looking at, Sony. So this is not fair to the developers, the great developers, should I add, because I'm a huge fan of PlayStation. I'm just not a huge fan of Sony, the way they run the way they run their company. I don't like the way they run the company because they could really make PlayStation Plus a really great competitor if they do the AAA day ones for the fans, but they refuse to do it. And now they're saying that they can't compete with Game Pass of Call of Duty goes to Game Pass with all of the other Activision games. They may even have an Activision Spider-Man even show up on Game Pass. Back in the day, they may do a remaster or something like that with Activision version of pretty much Spider-Man because they would own the rights to it now. So they would be able to bring Spider-Man a remastered version out on Game Pass. That's something else that people fail to realize. Not only Call of Duty, they could actually put a Spider-Man on Game Pass, bro. That would be oh my goodness, bro. That would be insane. And they're saying they don't have nothing, bro. They don't have nothing to compete with Game Pass. So I'm trying to say here, okay, if they don't have nothing to compete, okay, let's go. We can go down the line of all the AAA bangers. Okay, we got God of War, Santa Monica, whatever name of studios. You have them. You have Insomniac. You have who else that makes really nice games? You got Square Enix of people that they're trying to buy. You got Bungie. Bungie would be the number one. Bungie would be because you guys you overpaid for Bungie from what I heard. Anyways, it was like 7 point something billion. So you bought Bungie, okay, bam, you got them in the back of your pocket. Okay, you got Bungie. Okay, so they should be able to bring out something like a Halo. I'll give them a Halo, that much. Okay, whoever makes a Halo type game, they do like another Destiny, which is, I don't know if a Destiny 3 is in the works yet, or are they just going to keep adding microtransactions and keep adding all these new DLCs to Destiny 2, which is that's perfectly fine if they choose to do that. But you can't complain and you can't back up these strong accusations like you're saying you don't have no great designer. That's like a slap in the face to God of War, to the Uncharted's, the Ratchet and Clanks. You have Killzone, for crying out loud. Why can't you make a new Killzone? Would that really kill Sony to bring out a new Killzone 4, or like a just a reboot, a rebrand, just bring out a new, just call it Killzone and just bring it out with awesome graphics, 4K, 2060p onto my 4K native resolution, a banger. That's a banger, guys. Come on, we already know Sony fans and Sony ponies aren't going to back that game to the full. If they're willing to pay $70 a pop, now they're willing to pay $70 a game now, And if you guys know I'm telling the truth. If they bring out a new Killzone, bro, come on now. That is going to be their new Call of Duty. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think it could match Call of Duty, but the popularity and the hype around a new, just rebranded Killzone and make it exactly like Call of Duty. The gameplay, the maps, the everything about it would be like Call of Duty, but it would just look like Killzone characters, you know, and kind of like give it that still that when Killzone first came out, and it just pretty much mash everything together, but make it way better. And we all know that Sony have the talent to do it, but they don't want to spend the funding to do it. They rather just go out and start acquiring all these studios and don't know their direction. Like I said before, man, I just don't know Sony direction that they really want to go in, and now they're just following and copying Xbox and Game Pass, which is, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, we, the fans, the consumers, we are the ones that win, because you got to think, we are the ones that supporting the brands, because without us, there is no brands out there. They can't survive without us. We're not supporting them. So it's okay for them to make a PlayStation Plus competitor if they're going to start dropping AAA bangers on there that the fans are asking for in order for them to compete. How are you going to say you can't compete if you never even try? Oh, it's going to take 5 to 7 years. Really? I'm almost positive that they can just push one button and add every single last AAA banger on PlayStation Plus right now that we speak. Every game PlayStation ever made in history on PlayStation Plus Premium, if they wanted to, but they don't want to do it. Why? Because they like to lock down everything. They like to gatekeep, and they like to overcharge on everything so they can make up for the money that they feel like they're losing to their competitors, which would be Xbox, Nintendo, cloud gaming, everybody else out here in gaming, period. PC, whoever else is trying to get into gaming, whether it's going to be Netflix, whether it's going to be Facebook, whoever else. But those what we are living with, guys. And this is just crazy that they're out here in these streets snitching on Xbox, saying that they need to stop. Hey, just stop the accusation. Don't let it go through, because we can't compete. There's nothing out there bigger than Call of Duty. Okay, we don't have nothing. We don't have Fortnite. We don't have Apex. We don't have PUBG. We don't have big Call of Duty mobile games out there. We don't have all these other huge juggernaut shooters out here. Only Call of Duty. They don't see nothing else. That they don't see Crash Bandicoot. They don't see Candy Crush. Candy Crush makes more than almost any game out there with microtransactions. Candy Crush is killing Call of Duty sale purchases and everything. They don't see that. They don't see what they want to see. That's what I'm saying. So they're making these false accusations, going in the streets and just snitching on Xbox to everybody and whoever to say, hey, can you stop this? But oh wait a minute, there's more. Okay, so you're gonna sit here with a smile on your face and say you cannot compete. Okay, well, let's start here. If you can't compete, okay, can they answer this question? Can Sony answer this question? Can Sony answer this question right here? I have to ask this question. Why are you guys locking down Final Fantasies? Why are you locking down Spider-Mans of the world? Why are you making these timed exclusive games that nobody else can get to like a year or two later? Because it's already on Sony. It's already drug in the mud. Nobody even wants to play it anymore because the game is old and everybody already done sampled it on PlayStation. So you're already locking down games that's kind of like killing it for the creator, because the creator is like, well, okay, why are you're paying other companies to keep stuff off of PC, Xbox, Nintendo, cloud gaming, and whatever else out there, they're paying to stop this. You know, Sony got some nerve to play the victim, and they're actually charging people to have crossplay on PlayStation. You got some nerve, Sony. Really? You're gonna sit here and play the victim? Like, it's got to stop somewhere, guys. I'm just saying, just be fair. I'm not saying I'm choosing sides. I'm not saying that. I'm a gamer. I love PC. I love the game on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, mobile, cloud gaming. I don't have a Nintendo, but if I did, I would love to play Nintendo. Back in the day, I did. So I am a classic retro game user too, that I love classic games as well. I'm not anti anything. I'm not against any company, any brand. Only thing I do have a problem with, I have a problem with Sony and the way they treat us. And I just felt like it was time somebody come out and speak on it, because nobody's really saying. They do the fanboying, but they really don't speak on why it's like that. Why is it okay for them to do it, but it's bad if Xbox do it? Why if they go pay $70 for a game, that's the money's not even going to the creators that they claim? Guess what they're doing? They're pocketing that money, that extra $10. They're not going to the creators, really. Okay, the games would have been costing $70 on PS2. PS3 game should have been $70 way back then, which is I'm pretty sure they do if you have like the the ultimate editions, or the expansions that come with all the DLCs, stuff like that. I get it. I do get it, guys. I mean, I'm not saying that that's a good or a bad thing if they're doing it. If they feel like it, if they feel like charging $70, $80 to $1,000 for a game, hey, if the fans are going to support it, hey, by all means, whatever floats your boat. But I just don't feel like it's right, and I don't feel like they can go out here to these courts and in these streets and in these YouTube streets and blogs and vlogs and spray Xbox and just say, hey, it's your guys' fault. We can't make any more money. We're gonna go bankrupt if we don't have Call of Duty. So stop this acquisition right now. But we can go lock down Final Fantasies, Spider-Mans, Wolverines, DLCs, times exclusives. They done stop so many games that we can just go down the list of, if you go and look up how many game like things PlayStation blocked, guys, it would not be fair. You would like, why would they even allow another gaming company to do that? And they're saying that it's a monopoly, really? So it only work. See, there's the this is a one-sided argument, because it's like there's no way there could be a monopoly towards Xbox and there's not one towards Sony. How anti-consumer they are. Please explain that part to me. Please. I mean, it don't make any sense, bro. Like, it just don't. And I just want to touch on that subject, man. If you are going to try to stop an accusation, if you are going to say you can't compete, at least try to compete. That's like you try to run in the Olympics, and then you say, well, I can't compete, but you signed up for running in the Olympics. What sense? Make this make sense. How can you not compete and you didn't even try yet? You didn't even try to bring back Killzone. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I mean, we're gonna touch on another subject later on, but you guys already know what to do. Smash that like, that subscribe button, and click that notification bell.